slime ranching. No, not that kind of slime. No, not that kind of ranching. I'm talking about slime ranching in Stardew Valley. You see, I spent a ridiculous amount of hours proving that perfect white slimes could be bred to farm diamonds from. Still, there's not a lot of love for slime ranching in Stardew, and I get why. It takes up a lot of time, space, and the profits leave a lot to be desired. But diamonds aren't the only color-based drops from slimes. Other slimes with certain red, green, and blue values drop every kind of ore, diamonds as we already saw, and coal. So how can we set up the ultimate slime ranch and farm all of these drops? What would that ranch look like and how much is it all worth? I'll cover that and more in today's video. Starting out, I already have pretty much everything I need in place from my white slime experiment. Links to part 1 and 2 of that project are in the description below if you haven't seen those videos already. With even-numbered RGB values, these white slimes drop diamonds 100% of the time. They also drop iron ore 100% of the time. Moving on, I first need to work on breeding black slimes. Black slimes are essentially the opposite of the white slimes I've previously created. Instead of having high red, green, and blue values, they have RGB values that are all less than 80. Black slimes will drop coal 100% of the time. They'll also drop neptunite and bixite 5% of the time. You may have seen black slimes before if you have ever had the witch visit your slime hutch overnight. If you don't have a wicked statue placed in the slime hutch, she'll turn all of your slimes black. So the process for breeding black slimes is a slow and painful one, just like my white slime experiment. I started by incubating green and red slimes. I would keep only those with low red or green values, and their blue values were already low. Luckily, with the data mined details from the Lookup Anything mod, I'm able to keep track of each slime's red, green, and blue values. Several days of slime breeding later, and eventually black slimes are everywhere. Next up are purple slimes, and they're pretty easy to come by. Purple slimes need a red value greater than 150, a green value less than 50, and a blue value greater than 180. With these values, they'll drop iridium ore 25% of the time, which is the only color-based ore drop that is not a 100% guarantee. Luckily, purple slimes with the correct RGB values can come straight from the incubator. I can incubate purple slime eggs and only keep the good ones so that they drop iridium ore 25% of the time. Next up are yellow slimes, and well, they were already bred. I kept them from my original white slime experiment, and they've just been chilling in the corner of my farm. With a red value greater than 200, green value greater than 180, and blue value less than 50, they'll drop gold ore 100% of the time. Last but not least are copper slimes. Copper slimes have a red value greater than 200, a green value between 90 and 150, and a blue value less than 50. And there's no surprise here, they drop copper ore 100% of the time. Breeding for these orange-colored slimes is not an exact science, but I can use good green and red slime candidates, as well as the yellow slime population to get close to the values I need. I can also pop in a white slime for variation, and really all I just need is more time. Given enough cycles of breeding, I eventually see an orange-colored slime pop up in the herd. Now that I have each slime color I need, I spent a few days building new pens for my slime ranch, and I can show you how that turned out. So what I ended up with was 6 pens of all of the different colored slimes. 2 pens are dedicated to white slimes because they need a little more maintenance than the others. The 2 pens of white slimes make it a little easier for me to maintain their even RGB color values. So each slime pen is labeled with a sign. I have double fences around everything, and I'm not sure if that's as good as having a 3-layered fence, but I like the look of it. Slimes also tend to phase through buildings, so I wrapped my slime hutch in fencing. I also have an extra area at the bottom of my pen for breeding if it's ever needed. The idea here is that I can come down to the slime pens every couple days and start slaying some slimes and collecting their drops. I massacred the entire lot of them to give you an idea of what everything's worth so far. As you can see, we have a good amount of coal, copper ore, iron ore, gold ore, iridium ore, and also diamonds. If you take on a project like this, be sure to wear the burglar's ring so that there's a chance for double drops from the slimes themselves. I could lie and say that this was a breeze to set up, but the truth of the matter is that slime breeding is very tedious. It takes a long time to get things right, and you're going to spend a lot of hours if you want to build something like this. That's why I want to remind you that I also have Orpheus's slime mod running. You can check that mod out if you're interested in the description below, but the mod itself is very simple. It guarantees perfect white slimes in your slime hutch every day. It's a quick way to farm diamonds if you're looking for a mod that can help make the slime hutch more useful. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today, and I think this is where my slime journey ends for now. Feel free to leave a comment if you have any questions below, and I'll catch up with you guys on my next project. Like the video, consider subscribing, and thanks for watching.